Hey guys, welcome back. It's everybody's, well, almost everybody's favorite time, the warmer seasons, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys my go-to makeup look if I decide to wear makeup. These are the products that I've been using in my rotation if you don't want your makeup slipping and sliding or sweating off during this super hot season. Stay tuned and we're gonna get straight into it. For this routine to work for you, you need to moisturize your skin. You can't do this on dry skin even if you are oily. So definitely moisturize your skin before going into any makeup products, because most of these products you're going to be using are mattifying, long wearing, drying. So you don't want your skin to feel uncomfortable under the makeup, and you want it to look natural and not like way too matte. So first off, I make sure that my brows don't have any products on them, and what I like to do is to use my Vita Joseph Expert brow fixing gel. This brow gel has been the best brow gel to use in this hot season because it just stays put the entire day. It doesn't harden your brows like crazy, it just keeps your brows in place. So definitely use some brow gel in your eyebrows just to get your eyebrow hairs set. You want to make sure that you are cleaning any excess gel around so that products doesn't go on top of it and flakes off. I allow this to stay and dry down before I go in with any brow product. We're going to give this 5 minutes. And when it comes to concealer for long wearing hot days, Tarte, this does me so well, especially if you have a lot of hyperpigmentation on your face and you want full coverage. Tarte is your girl. It dries down very fast, so you have to work very fast. So if you are not like skilled with doing your eyebrows, definitely apply at one place before you move on to the other. And this is just to save time. So while we are waiting for the brow gel to dry down, we just go in and clean the bottom bit of the eyebrows. As you can see, it dried so fast, so you have to work very fast with it, and you don't really need to set it down because it does set by itself. So I'm gonna go in with my Vita Joseph brow pencil. The reason why I like this brow pencil is that it's waterproof, matte, and it's long lasting. The reason why I keep reaching for this is because it's very long wearing and it's perfect for hot days. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill my eyebrows in. I'm gonna go in with my concealer from NARS just because it is my skin tone. I like to use that for the top part of my eyebrows. Also, this is a soft matte long wearing concealer, so it is a thick cream. So usually thick creams have longevity as compared to liquid, so just keep that in mind. Also, if you're doing your eyebrows on a hot day, you want your eyebrows to look good, it's always best to have your eyebrows on your skin directly, not in between moisturizer or primer. It just allows the brow product to adhere to the brow hairs easily. We're gonna get into the base because usually on hot days I don't really do much with my eyes. I use just one primer because every other product that I'm going to be using subsequently, you'd realize, is self-setting, mattifying, self-drying, long wearing, so I don't do much when it comes to primer. This has been my go-to. You guys can see I have used most of this product. This is the Vanessa Myricks Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. It is a mattifying primer. Where I focus this product on is at the center of my face because that is my problem area. I don't like to call it problem area. I love my skin type, but yeah, typically this area gets oily first, so I just like to focus most of the primer there, and then I just spread out out what remains of the primer. So I'm just going to push this in, just pat this like this. And then I'm going to leave this to dry down. Again, always leave steps in between so you can have the products doing what it's supposed to do. As you can see, the primer has dried down very beautifully. Now for foundation, for long wearing makeup on hot humid days, this is it. Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation. This is mattifying, it dries down fast, it just looks really good, but it's a little bit too orange on me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to dot that all over my skin like so. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of my LA Girl Pro Mixing Pigment, just the tiniest bit. The reason why I use a blue pigment is because my foundation is too orange. So this is basically color theory. I'm just trying to make my foundation a little bit more neutral so that it doesn't come off orange. So I'm just going to blend this in. So if you want to do this step and you haven't done it before, I always suggest you mix it at the back of your hand before you apply it on your skin. This is something I've been doing for some time, so I've just gotten used to doing it this way. Then I'm gonna go in with my sponge to pick up any excesses. I always do this step regardless of what type of makeup I'm going for. Makes everything seamless. There, we're gonna move on to bronzer. I love this one from NARS. This is the Cream Laguna bronzer. Using creams on days that you want your makeup to last is always the best because creams, you're gonna stay longer. So I'm just going in with the shade 04. I'm going to apply that where I usually apply my bronzer. I'm gonna do this brush, and what I do on days when I'm not applying eyeshadow is I just use my cream bronzer on my eyelids. It just makes everything look better, and it's a quick, pretty eyeshadow look. If you don't know how to do eyeshadow, if you're in a hurry, you don't want to do much on your eyes, trust me, it makes you look like you did a lot when you really did not. Also, it just plays into the entire darker eyelid that black girls have, most black girls. It just unifies the eyelid and just makes it look so good. I'm also just lightly going over the sides of the bridge of my nose. You don't have to do this. This is my go-to look. Again, these products are products I reach out for most of the time because I'm oily and it's almost always hot and humid. So again, cream blush because creams wear longer than liquids, and also just using powders don't allow the makeup to stay long on it, especially when it comes to blush. Blush is typically the first thing that vanishes off your skin, and I like to use a powder and a cream together when it comes to using blush. So I find that this is one of the best blushes. It's definitely worth it. It's on the pricey side, but it is worth it. This is from Patrick Ta. It is in the shade She's Baked, and I'm doing this step by step because everything I use dries down very fast. And then when it comes to concealer, I'm gonna go back in with the Tarte concealers because they work so well, and I'm gonna blend out as I apply them. I'm gonna use the shade Deep, and I'm going to put them here, typically where I'll put my concealer. And then I'm gonna do the shade Tan Sand Deep, just a lighter version of this. I want a brighter under eye, so I'm just going to put that in here. We're gonna go straight into blending it out because this dries down fast. I'm gonna go into my sponge and just back in with the brushes that I use just to make sure everything is nice and seamless. Because all of these products typically dry down fast, so you might want to minimize the amount of powder that you use. A tip for the under eye is to use a pressed powder to set it down before you use a loose powder. This is just an extra step. You don't have to do this step. It's crucial that you go ahead and blend out any creases on the under eyes before you go in with any powder. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Pressed Powder. Again, a matte powder, so I do a lot of mattes when it comes to this routine. And then for setting powder, One Size really does a good job at making products that make your makeup last longer. So yeah, I'm going to just use that to set everywhere else. That I applied concealer to. And I'm just going to tap over my eyebrows. Now we're going to move on to setting everything else on the face. Bronzer, I'm going to start off with powder bronzer. I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury pressed airbrush bronzer, just going over where I applied bronzer to. And definitely don't forget the eyelids where you applied the cream bronzer to. You want to set that down as well. So my eyelids do crease, so I'm just ironing out any creases with no extra product, just using the brush that I used to apply that product. And then I'm gonna go into my setting powder and just push that onto my eyelids to set down the cream bronzer. It doesn't change the color because this powder is translucent. And then what I like to do next is to go in with the bronzer all over my eyelid. It just brings everything together. I'm just gonna go into this brush and just drag it down the side just to set down that area as well. Okay, so I'm going to set my face down, my foundation. I'm going to set it down. So wherever I haven't put any powder, like powder bronzer, like, you know, setting powder, I'm going to use my Sephora Micro Smooth powder just to, you know, lightly set that area down. Again, if you have dry skin, you want to be very light-handed with powder because you don't want to overbear your skin with powder. I do powder because I have oily skin. And then the last step is to set down my blush. I'm gonna use just the powder bit of the blush that I used before and just go over my blush. And then I'm gonna do my eye makeup. At this point, you can do anything you want with your eyes. I'm just gonna do my basic eye makeup. I'm going to apply some loose powder just to catch any fallout from the eye makeup I'm going to be doing. This dark brown and this black on my lash line. I'm gonna go ahead and just dust this off. So now that everything is set down with powder, what I want to do is to melt everything together. This is my go-to setting spray. It is the Urban Decay the Sleek Makeup Setting Spray. It is oil controlling and I've been using this for some time and I actually really do love it. So I'm going to just douse my face in it. When it comes to highlighter and long wearing makeup on a humid day, I just keep that in my inner corners. I don't do highlighter anywhere else because my face is gonna get glowy and I feel like applying highlighter would be too much. Now when it comes to the lip, this pencil from NYX, this is the NYX Line Loud pencil. It's in the shade Rebel Kind. The only reason why I don't like this pencil is because you have to sharpen it, and after you sharpen it once, it gets really weird. It's affordable, it's accessible, it's also very long wearing. It's one of my favorite pencils, but when you sharpen it, it just gets weird, and that's my only thing that I don't like about it. But apart from that, it is my go-to, especially if you want to do glossy lips. This would stay through glossy lips. Like, it is very, very long wearing, so I really do like it. I'm going to sharpen it again. Oh, look at that, it just broke. This is why I don't like it. Do my pink lip combo. This is the Hush Pink from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Then I do the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. This is my go-to long-lasting makeup look. If you want to do eye looks, that's fine, but this is typically what I would go for. I'll definitely tag the products that I used down below. You guys have been seeing that I use most of these products most of the time because I have oily skin most of the time. I have oily skin, that's my skin type. So yeah, definitely like this video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would link this unit down below if it has been approved. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
How you doing? Why you there?